YouTube, what's the deal? It's your girl Jahaira, and I am back. Hello. What's going on, y'all? So, I'm coming in tonight to talk about, Lord, I look old. You know how people say that you look tired, but you actually just look, I just feel like I'm looking, ugh. But anyway, I'm coming at y'all tonight to do a YQA. But this one's going to be a little bit different because this YQA is for me. It's my question that I just can't seem to answer. And I will never be accused of being one of those people who's just so all-knowing and all-powerful that I, can find an answer to every conceivable question that exists. You know what, y'all? This is going to annoy me, so I'm just gonna, Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Do not be distracted by the hair. Yeah, this is another Jahaira creation. So, yeah, I've got a dilemma, y'all. I've got a huge dilemma, and I can't, for the life of me, figure out what to do about it. So I wanted to talk to y'all because y'all give some of the very best advice and encouragement to, like, all of the participants in my YQA series. So I believe in my heart that you will do the same for moi. So let me try to jump right into it. Okay, I have a friend. My oldest friend in the world. The whole world, the whole wide world. We have been friends since we were 14 years old. And y'all knew it was coming. I'm going to call her Marlena. Yeah, why not? Marlena. So again, Marlena and I have been dear friends. I mean, really, really, really great friends since we were 14. She was my right hand in high school. There's just no, when you have that kind of friend, if you're fortunate and blessed enough to have a friend that you've spent over half your life knowing, like, there's too many memories to recount. It's very difficult for me to imagine a period of my life when she wasn't in some way or another a part of it. And she's actually my only friend from, prior. So the thing is, she's been in this relationship with this guy for 5 years now. They're not married. She is a single mother. And she, like I said, 5 years with this one guy. And in my opinion, the relationship is an abusive one. And I mean emotionally abusive. He certainly has never laid a hand on her because that would be the hand that he lost. But it's just very, she's by nature a very docile person. She will tell you that going into her 20s, her only major goal, for herself was to be a wife and a mother. And that's what she aspired to. I love her. She's my friend. So be it. Certainly not the way I would have went, but, that's what she wants. So, okay, that's what you want. But the way that she approaches this relationship is kind of from a very passive standpoint. She wants to make sure that she's pleasing him. She wants to make sure that he's happy. And in my perspective, she's willing to set her own happiness and her own needs to the side in order to appease him. So we recently had a conversation. I should say that we kind of had a falling out last year because I just got, I overstepped my boundaries. I'll say that. When you want the best for somebody, sometimes the fact that they're not living the life that you feel they're capable of living, you know what I'm saying, will frustrate you to the point of where you blow up about it, and then it was just this big thing, and I was wrong. You've got to love somebody right where they're at, not love the potential of them more than the actuality of them. So that's where I screwed up. I'm digressing. Anyway, Her and her boyfriend, who I will call Jackass. No, Mark. Fuck it, Marlena and Mark. They just broke up. He broke up with her. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, it's this dance that they do. That he'll break up with her. She will completely lose her shit behind it. I mean, bombard him with texts, kind of back him into a corner where they have to communicate with each other. And eventually, like, they'll get back together. And, I mean, it's been this ongoing pattern now for a couple of years. So now, like, fast forward to the most recent breakup. He broke up with her over some shit that I find incredibly trivial. She's a basket case. She doesn't know what to do. I mean, like, for me looking from the outside in, it's like, oh, y'all just doing this dance again. But from her, it's like it's over. What is she going to do? She's devoted 5 years of her life to this. She envisioned this as the man that she would eventually marry. And now she's kind of at a loss. And so I don't really know how to, you know what I'm saying? And she'll come to me and she'll want to talk about it. And I listen. There's a lot of listening involved. I think the last time we were on the phone together, it was like a close to 2-hour conversation. And so, be that as it may, I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. Because, you know, every fiber of my being, like, the source of frustration comes from, I know she's capable of more and I know she's capable of better. And the issue that I have with her is that she's gotten so focused on this, you know, me and him thing that she's forgotten all about me. You know what I'm saying? Not me, Jahaira, but me, Marlena. Like, she's forgotten about herself. And her capacity to stand on her own independently, you know, as a woman. And it's like this cat's cradle of bullshit, like this, like, untangleable web that she can't seem to extricate herself from the idea of her and her man together, or being together. And so she's willing to kowtow, step and fetch, I mean, run herself through the ringer, make herself feel like nothing so that he can look like something, and cue the pattern starting all over again. That's the way that I see it, but I'm not right there in the middle of the relationship. And I should say that, like, while we're close, while she and I are close, we're not, like, I haven't seen her in years. Like, literally years. And that's just kind of like circumstantial, extenuating stuff. We now, especially now, we live a distance from each other, but even when we lived closer, it just wasn't happening. But I hate seeing her put herself, like, 14th on the list of what's important to her. And again, it's just my perspective. But I don't know how to handle this, because I know how I feel about the situation. But me trying to tell her how I feel about the situation, I know that she'll listen. I know that she'll, like, we'll engage in conversation about it, but nothing will permeate. I mean, statistically speaking, nothing has permeated. Because she'll hear me, and we'll have a great chat about it, and then she's like, kind of like, we'll get off the phone, she's left with her own thoughts, and before you know it, it's send, and call, and I am, and tweet, and all this other shit trying to get a hold of him, you know, so that they can go back and do this thing again. And my whole thing with her has just been, and I've said this, make no mistake, you know, if it's like this now, you know, do you honestly visualize it being better when you're married and there's, like, property involved? You know what I mean? It's just, it's this death cycle of a pattern, and I would love for her to get herself out of it, but that's the key. She has to get herself out of it. I can only do but so much. So it's like, don't think I'm solving my own problem here, because this is where y'all come in. With all that being said, this is what I know, but at the same time, she's coming to me expecting me to contribute to some way, in some way, to her dilemma and offer my advice. And my whole thing is, I don't know what advice to offer because what I say, she's not going to take. So do I like pacify her? Or do I stand strong on my convictions? You know what I'm saying? With all this being said, she is a bright, hilarious, articulate, intelligent, engaging, caring, sympathetic, and completely devoted person. Like, may you all be so blessed as to have a friend like this. But I just don't know how to approach her situation in a way that will either A, make her understand where I'm coming from, or B, appease her enough so that I don't feel like I'm wasting my breath dispensing all this advice that's never going to get taken. That's my dilemma, y'all. So, I mean, any help is good help, and I could use it. I really could. Because I love her dearly, and I don't want her to be out of my life. And I don't want to say the thing that's going to make her run out of my life. I don't know how to hold a mirror up to her. And I don't know whether I should even be trying. Or whether I should just do the whole patting on the head, it's going to be okay, just ride it out thing, even though that's not, you know, what my heart tells me is right. But maybe in this circumstance it is right, until she's ready to really hear, not just listen to what I have to say. So please, y'all, help somebody out. Give me a hand here. Yeah, I'll wait for your responses. And until next time, y'all, one love.